Record. Alrighty, what's up, everyone? Welcome to our Wednesday night team call. It is we decided. So we were running the calls. Allison and I were taking turns on them, but her team wasn't able to show up on the Wednesdays, so she decided to go back to doing hers Mondays. Ours is going to stay on Wednesdays for our team, and this is open to your coaches as well. Anyone that you bring in, you're all welcome to jump on this call as well. Same thing with Amanda's call with the Team Dreamcatchers family, or even like Danielle and Tony, her Fit and Funky calls. Like those are open to everyone within our team, which is really, really awesome because you might not be able to make it on Wednesdays. I hope you can, but if not, there is always another day where you can get on some call within our team or even watch the recording. As long as you're getting something every week to really check in, it helps you to feel like you're not so alone in this business and really connect with your team and also learn something because things are always changing. So the one thing, what I wanted to talk about today is now that we have, a lot of you ladies are starting to sign your own coaches up, or even if you're a brand new coach on the team, it's just really good to know the onboarding process of how to get your coaches started right, even get yourself started right so that you can learn a little bit more. And if you have the mindset that you want to grow a team, even if you just signed up like yesterday or something, this is still important information to know because we want to assume that you're going to absolutely rock this business and you're going to crush it. You're going to need to know how to get your coaches started, how to set them up, how to answer their questions, and all that good stuff. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to share screen with you. I always forget where it is. There it is. Cool. So share screen, desktop. Alrighty. We'll hop on in. So the first thing that you want to be doing, let me move us here for the recording. Oh, that's so cool. I just got it on the top of the screen. Okay, so the first thing you want to look at, what I do is I have, if you don't have Gmail, I highly recommend getting it. I don't think Hotmail you can do this yet, but with Gmail you can save templates, canned responses it's called. So I have all of my canned responses here, like one for Ultimate Portion Fix, one for 21-day fix, like getting your coach refund, transfer, like I have everything and I save it. So it's just really, it saves you a lot of time. And also it's just like you put so much work into one email, why not save it and you can just send it over. Like the coach welcome email, challenge group welcome email, I send those so often that I would be silly to retype it every single time. I do add some personal touches to it sometimes, but for the most part, these ones I just send out. So I send out, when a new coach signs up with me, I send them 2 emails. So this one right here, I send them first. This is for the challenge group. And I do have a different one for coaches versus customers because when I sign up just a regular customer, I say like, okay, after your 30 days are up, I'm going to reach out to you about the discount option. Like I tell them that in the challenger email, but for a coach, they already have the discount. So it basically just says, welcome, lets them know when our group starts. I did a video because I find like your people you're gonna attract your type of people. So for me, I'm not one who loves to read long emails or anything like that. Like I work better on video, and so do a lot of the women that I work with. So I've really shortened my email. It's still a little bit long, but pretty short compared to what I used to have. Because basically everything that's in this video, I used to have it all in the email. So I made a video, and it also adds that personal touch where they get to see you, they get to hear from you, and you get to speak right to them. I do want to redo that video, I think, because now the challenge packs have changed and the flow of things have changed, but it's not a super necessity. I have this done. It's good. So just basically a little bit here, like a little bit about a little motivation kind of thing. There's the next steps in the video. I did create a 3-day kickstart guide to help people kind of find their flow. That I didn't make it like specific to me. I made it specific to like, I think I titled it, I don't even know if I think I did put Team Vibe with me on it, but like you're a part of Team Vibe with me. So you can use this too. Like anything that I have sent to you guys, you can use it too to send to your people. Like I want you to use it. That's the whole point of like joining a team and not doing this alone here because hang on, I really hope, I think I am recording. I just was like, oh crap, am I recording this? Yeah. Sorry, I just want to make sure. Are we recording? Are we recording? Zoom. Let me just cancel this for a second, just to double check. Can anyone see? Yes, we are recording. Okay, cool. So I was like, crap, I hate to have to go over all of this and we're not recording. Okay, so yeah, the whole point of this is like duplication. You're joining a team. You're a part of a team. Like you don't have to do this alone. You can do this with everyone. And like your coach brings you in, you can learn from them. It's not like you're stealing their stuff or whatever. Like it's there for a reason. It's there for you to use, right? I'm having a lot of technical difficulties right now. Okay. So I've sent this to all of you guys. If I haven't, I can send it to you again. This is the coach welcome email. And then it just explains, like I let them know about their discount. And I always do give people, I let them know, I don't hide anything, that if they, for some reason need to cancel it, it's all there. Because also like, we don't handle any of that stuff. That's a part of the like coach business service fee that you pay, is that Beachbody handles customer service, right? So that's what I just direct them where to go, because if they reach out to me and say, hey, how do I cancel my Shakeology? I'm going to just send them that number anyways and say, you deal from it from there. That is not I don't get paid for that, So I send them all the information here. If they have any questions, they can reach out to me. And that's just for the challenge group. And then, yeah, like I said, I attached the 3-day kickstart. And it basically, what I did with the 3-day kickstart was I kind of wrote it as if I was already prompting them. And I send this out to challengers too, prompting them to learn the 4 vital behaviors. So I talk about committing to your program, like being proof that the products work, like showing up for yourself in your workouts, drinking your shakes, follow your nutrition plan. I also talk about personal development. I give some recommendations in there for good books to read or podcasts. And then I also talk about like the support aspect of leaning into the team and logging your workouts and logging all your stuff. And I think I even mentioned like reaching out to friends and family, asking, like inviting them to do this with you to help keep you accountable. So I'm like already planting the seed of like making it seem fun and easy, because that's what it should be. Like coaching should be fun. So you want to think of, especially when you have new coaches, you don't want to have them being like, okay, you got to do this. You want them to be like, hey, just talk to people. That's what I say to you guys all the time. Just go out there and talk to people. Like, don't go into a conversation expecting and having that like icky feeling that you have to sell to this person. I want you to just talk to them as if they're your best friend, which when you're first getting started, those are the people you're talking to, are your friends and your family. And you're just genuinely going up to them and saying, hey, I'm really excited about this. I'm a little bit nervous though. I've never done anything like this. I have an online check-in community, but I think I would love to have like the in-person thing too. Like, do you want to do this with me? That's how I approached my mom. Like, my mom was my first customer, my first coach, because I reached out to her and I said, listen, you and I have done all of these yo-yo diets together. We have done so much stupid shit. Like, why don't we actually do something that is real? We'll do it together. We'll keep each other accountable. We'll make our meals together, like meal prep. We'll get our workouts done and we'll do this together. And she was like, yes, if it works for me, hell yes, let's do it. And then I always let people know, like, even when I am having those conversations, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee that you seriously have nothing to lose. So when you talk to someone that way, it comes out so much more naturally than like, this is what you get in a challenge pack and you should join my group, because like that's just salesy and slimy. So if you go into a conversation like that, they're going to feel that too. Like if you're feeling icky and you're feeling like nervous talking about it, they're going to feel that energy too. So if you just generally go into it like you are inviting your best friend to do this with you, it comes more naturally. So that's all the stuff that I explained. And that's like when they're joining as a challenger, like for my challenge group fitness side, but they signed up as a coach. They get that. So like I said, I can send that to you if you don't have it. And then this is my new coach welcome. This is what everybody gets. So if we go up to the top, same thing, just saying like welcome. And I tell them, add me as a friend on Facebook if we're not already. So I can add you into the groups. Text me as soon as you read through this. Not everybody texts me, so that's how I know they did not read it. But if you get like, it's just that extra, like the people who do text me, I know that they read it and I know they're serious. So it's kind of like that first step, so you can decide who's really into this and who's just like a discount coach pretty much. And I send this to discount coaches too. I send this to everyone, like, because you can never discount a discount coach. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3 girls on this call right now that are on our team who were a discount coach for almost a year, and now they're like helping people and building their own team. So you can like never discount a discount coach. I always included everyone. Everyone gets joined into my team group, whether they just want the discount or not. Everyone gets this welcome email. I do quarterly check-ins with everyone, and I send them all the exact same email, either quarterly or once a year, to say like, what are your goals? You know, like, do you want to work on anything? And that was one thing that opened up Stephanie, was I sent her that email at the beginning of the year, and she messaged me maybe a month or so later, which is totally fine. But she's like, listen, you know what? I've been meaning, like, I got your email and I've been thinking about it and I want to do it. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm going to send you that email again, answer those questions, and get back to me. So I still treat everyone the exact same, because you just never know when something is going to speak to them and they're going to just have that fire lit inside them. So I always say that, text me, and I give them the heads up, because it's a lot of groups that you get added into. I totally understand that. So I give them the heads up. You're going to be added to my group. You're going to be added to Amanda's group, and you're going to be added to Danielle's group. I'll admit, I add everyone to my group and Amanda's group. I don't add everyone to Danielle's group, only the ones who are going to work it, because it can be a little bit, it can be easy to get lost. And I know, like, for us, the two main ones are our team and Amanda's team, and Danielle just adds that extra, like, she's the number 10 coach in the network. So, like, why not be, we're like so lucky to be a part of her group. So I always add people in those two main groups, and like the ones that I know they're going to work it, they get added into Fit and Funky as well. And then I let them know about the Beachbody Champions page, because that, like, the trainings on there, I need to watch them more. Like, this is a gut check for myself. I need to watch them more. The trainings on there are just amazing, from like all coaches from all walks of life, all around the country, Canada, US, UK. There are amazing trainings on there. So if you're not tuned into that yet, excuse me, I highly recommend doing that. The other one I think I need to put on here, I don't know if I have, we'll see, the TBB 411 Coach Facebook page. That's where they have the national wake-up calls and all that kind of stuff. So get onto that one as well. They're just Facebook pages you can like. Introduce yourself. I invite them to introduce themselves in the Team Vibe With Me group. I was doing it for a while, but again, it's just that, like, getting people comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's scary to introduce yourself and put yourself out there. So it's just a little challenge that I put in there for people pretty much. Number 2, getting started right. So I do highlight this. If you would like to work your business, again, I give the option to everyone, but not everyone's going to want to. So I say, if you would like to work this business, watch this video. Amanda does a great getting started right call for new coaches. She does it every once in a while. So every time she does, I update that link, so it's the recent video. I would like to do one for our team. So I'm thinking about doing that maybe sometime next month. Pretty much the same thing, but I want it to be like, I want my face on it. I want, like, my coaches to learn from me, and that's what you want. Like, and even Amanda, she doesn't get offended by that. She wants us to be our own leaders. And same thing going forward to you. Like, even right now, if you're like just getting started, you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to have all of the trainings, all of the, like, I do want you to have these emails, but you can like, I got this based off of putting together one that Amanda wrote, one that, like, my old one, and Danielle's. I pieced all 3 of those together to make my own. So that's what I want you to do. You can use my information, just put your own spin on it, put it in your own language. So there's that. My coach put together for our team, And I tell them exactly that, how to start off, how to pay off your Shakeology, how to promote the Emerald. And I don't get on a call with people until they've watched that video, because it explains everything. It explains success. Like, Caitlin, for example, when she started, I wanted to get on a call with her right away, because she's someone that works better on video, or we did voice notes versus like text and reading. But I was like, you have to watch that video first, because it will just, like, you'll understand so much more. And as soon as she watched that video, she's like, okay, I want to hit emeralds. I want to hit success. Like, she knew the language, so that when we got on a call, it was so much easier for me to say, okay, this is your goals. This is how we're going to get you there. And it just really makes the process so much more seamlessly, work more seamlessly. Yes. And also, it's just that other step of having people prove that they're worth your time. Because one thing that I did in the beginning that really drained me, I would get on a call with every single new coach that signed up. And in my first, like, year or 2 of coaching, I didn't have a lot of coaches working it. So that was a lot of calls and like excitement and energy I was putting in, like, oh my God, this girl's gonna rock it. She has all these goals, but she wouldn't do anything with it. And that can really be discouraging. So now I have these systems in place that I have people like step up to the plate, and I have them like ask for more information. I have them ask for more like of a guidance, pretty much. So that's something that you will learn over time. And as your team grows, you'll understand that more, that you just can't you'll learn who to put your energy towards and who you just can't, right? But I give everyone equal opportunity. So I say, watch this video, do the 7-day kickstart, which is pretty much like 7-day kickstart. You can do it one each day and boom, you're done. And the idea of that is to get to emeralds in 7 days. If you do all of those things, I've seen it done. You should get to emeralds by the end of those 7 days. So then I do have a little bit of incentive for anybody who does get to emeralds, who helps even just 2 people in their first month as a coach. Yeah, so a gift card to Lululemon or a place of your choice. Some people don't like Lululemon. I don't know how. But those who don't, it's totally fine. So I say a place of your choice, like Amazon, whatever. You'll earn a gift card, so to anyone with a challenge pack. And then, so I do change the date here a little bit, because this is where things, like, it's a little tricky. So say you signed up right now, May 22nd. Like Lindsay signed up a few days ago, not too long ago, but it's kind of near the end of the month. So yes, this can count as your first month, but also they give you a little bit of a grace period. So say you're shooting for your free summit ticket. If you wanted to do that, you have to hit Success Club 5 at least, so that's 3 people each month for your first 3 months in the business. Now, like I said, they give you that little bit of the grace period. So say you signed up like today, it's like, oh my God, how am I gonna help 3 people in 8 days, or I don't know, however many days are left, 9 days, 10 days, whatever. It's possible, but it might not always happen for everyone, and you can kind of get freaked out and you're like, oh my God, I blew it, I failed, this sucks. Breathe. They give you that grace period. So you can either hit Success Club in May, June, July to count as your 3 months, or June, July, August. So they do give you that like 30-day grace period, and so do I for this giveaway. So basically your goal is to get to emeralds by the end of the month. Sign 2 people up as a coach, and I'll give you a gift card, and that's totally, totally possible. And that's in your first month as a coach. And yeah, it must be a full challenge pack with bod and Shakeology, or the performance pack. So as long as it has they make it so easy for you on teambeachbody.com that you can click on the challenge pack tab and you'll see all the options there. So as long as it's something from there, you're good. 2 people, 1 on your right leg, 1 on your left leg, okay? And I'll explain that as well, what that means. And then I let everybody know about the team call. I put the Zoom link here, and this is the Zoom link, so save this, because we use this for our live workouts on Saturdays. We use this for our team calls. I use it for any one-on-one calls, so definitely save it, or it is pinned in the top post in our group. And then I always say, if you don't wish to run your business on your time, at this time, that's totally cool. No need to even look at any of that or jump on anything. But I do always give that option to everyone. And then just a congratulations and welcome, bada bing, bada boom, okay? So there's that. No. I don't want that. Oh my good golly, I am just a mess with these technologies. So, okay, so those are emails. Like I said, I can send those to you guys if you don't have them already. And I do attach the 7-day Kickstarter, which I'm not gonna go over that. It's in the Team Buy With Me group, or you should have it sent to you. That you can still use that. You're a part of Team Buy With Me. You don't have to create your own just yet. Like, what I recommend is, until you hit diamond, your coaches that you sign up, add them into Team Buy With Me coaches. Add them in, use my trainings. I've developed all of this stuff, all of the files in this section over almost 4 years of being a coach. Like, if you're in your first year or your first few months, you don't have to have, I don't want you to think you have to have any of that stuff just yet. Like, if you are someone who wants to and you have the time to, go for it. But I have found that can put some extra stress on you, some extra worry and pressure that you just don't need to have yet. And then when it comes to when you do hit diamond, I highly recommend you opening your own team group. I did this kind of like as soon as I hit Emerald. But like I said, everyone's different. If you're someone who likes that, if you like having a group, if you have a team name, like if you want that kind of stuff, go for it. I will never like say no, go for it. But if you're like a little bit nervous and you don't really have a team name, which you don't have to have a team name, like it's not a super necessity to have that. That's the fun stuff, right? So for me, I like doing that stuff. I saw my coach had a team name, I made a team name. I saw my coach had a team group, I got a team group. I saw she got a logo, I got a logo. Like that's just stuff that I like doing, but you don't have to. Like one of the top coaches in Canada, Megan Rieger, I'm pretty sure is her name. She went like 2 years of her business without having a team name. So like it's not, you don't have to have a website to be successful. You don't have to have a team name to be successful. The work is what gets you successful. Like actually talking to people and inviting them and helping them get started. That's where you'll be successful. The other stuff is just fluff. That's the fun stuff, right? So for the meantime, plug your coaches into my group, in our team group, direct them where to go. So that's like getting them started, like sending them that first email. I'm just signing into my Coach Online office there. Okay, so, and then we have, PowerPod. PowerPods are always fun. We do have one for our team as well. So once I feel that you're like, you get the idea for it and you want to like work it and you're actually doing something, you'll get invited into that group chat that we have going. It's just like accountability check-ins, all that fun stuff. I see, what do we got in the chat? Put our own twist. Yes, I can send examples of canned mess. Yes, yep, I can definitely send those to you guys for sure. Okay, so now when your person, after they've done that, like get on the one-on-one call. So one thing that I'm happy to offer for you guys, and I just offered it to Stephanie because she has her first coach that's really, really excited to work it. Her name's Genesis, and she's on this call, and I'm so excited. So I'm like, you know what? It can be a little nerve-wracking when you're like, I don't know what to say on the first team call. I'm happy to do a 3-way call with you and your first coach, because then we can ask I can ask the questions, we can ask them together or something. Like we can figure it out together to give you that initial experience and go from there. But basically what I do is I have like a couple questions that I ask people, like, what's your why? That's the main first one that I ask people is, what is your why? Like, why are you doing this? What brought you into this? What do you want this to bring to you? Like if you had a magic wand and you can just wave it and coaching can give you anything you wanted, what would you want that to be? So I really get them to think about that, because that is what is going to push you through when things get hard. It has to be more than just helping people. Like you have to have a real intrinsic why of why you're doing it. Because what if the people that you want to help aren't showing up? Are you going to quit? Because that happens, you know? You can put so much into a group and people will do really, really well, and then they fall off the wagon. They stop answering your messages. You don't hit Success Club a month or whatever, and it can get really, really heavy. So you have to have something else inside you that is driving you forward. That's like I'm doing this. Like no matter what, I love this, I'm doing it. So I ask them that if they don't really know, because that's kind of like whoa, like I wasn't expecting that question. If they don't really know yet, that's fine. I do direct them to a podcast that is really great. It's called, it's by Nourish and Flourish. That's the podcast name. They're not live anymore. Like they don't do new ones, but you can still watch their archive ones. And I believe it's episode 40. And it's just so great for figuring out your why, because it's like, okay, what's your why? Oh, I want to help people. Okay, but why? Oh, because I needed help and somebody helped me. Okay, but why is that important to you? Because I know what it's like to be overweight. Why is that important to you? Like, I know what it's like to hate yourself. Like, you can really pull that out, and it's like, oh, whoa, where did that come from? You know, so it's a really, really good one to get really deep on that why. So I ask them about their why. I ask them what they want from coaching. Then I ask them what their goals are. Like, because now they've watched that Getting Started Right call. They know what Emerald is. They know what Success Club is. They know what it is. And then I ask them, what are your goals? And they tell me what their goals are, because it's never my job to tell you what your goals should be. If you want to reach for Diamond, then I can tell you what your goals should be, because I've done that. If you want to reach for 2-star, then I can tell you what your goals should be, because I've done that as well. But if you don't even know what those mean yet, I'm not going to tell you that that's what you should want. It's not up to me. It's up to you. This is your business. I'm not your boss. Your coach is not your boss. We're your mentors. We're your teammates. We work at this together. We're here to guide you. So I pretty much everything that you are going to want to do, I've done it. So that's why I am able to mentor you through it, but I can never tell you what you should do or what you want to do for yourself, right? So I always ask the goals. If it's like, okay, I want to hit Success Club 5 this month and pay off my Shakeology. Perfect. I'm going to tell you how to help 3 people this month. We're going to get you that you have to get to Emerald then, because you're going to earn that residual income that's going to help you pay off your Shakeology. So Emerald is going to be that goal, which if you're looking to help 3 people anyways, you sign 2 of them up as a coach, boom, you're Emerald. So they just kind of fall into each other like that, super easy. And then by hitting Success Club, by hitting Emerald, you're going to get free customers. Like Beachbody will give you free leads, people who sign up, like, you know, people who just go to the website without a coach and they just go to teambeachbody.com and they buy something. You're going to get that person as a customer. And if you hit Success Club 10 or above, then you'll earn paid leads. So you'll actually get commission from those people that you never even met, who could turn into a coach, who could turn into a valued customer, or it's just that one commission sale. You never know. So there is really a lot of room to get that like extra income flowing in. So then we'll talk about how to do that. It's like, okay, how do I find those 3 people? We'll talk about that, about having conversations, who's in your network. And I try to figure out before I get off the call with them, who their 3 people are going to be, so that I can keep them accountable to that. They already know, like, cool, I got those 3 people. It's my mom, my husband, and my best friend, or my mom, my sister, and my brother, you know, something like that. I always say mom first because that was my first coach, and moms will buy anything from you usually. So, so that's what I always say. It's just 3 people. And if you make it as simple as that, it's just 3 people. You don't have to talk to 600 people. You just got to find 3. And especially in your first month, that's when you want to reach out to the close people who already know, love, and trust you, because you want to get that immediate success. You want to get that rush, like something that you feel like, okay, I can actually do this, right? So the next thing you'll do after you get on the Getting Started Right call with them, I direct people to the file section here. So the file section, I have so much stuff in here for you guys. Like the share cart, I made a video on how to create a share cart. There's the new coach PDF is right there, the business activity tracker. So that's also something that I believe Amanda talks about in the call. If not, I mentioned it on the Getting Started Right call, or we talked about it on last week's team call. A list of objections that I typed up from a call that Ashley Molstead did. So those are answers to people's objections when they say, oh, I can't do it because I don't have the time. There's an objection, like an answer for that. So that's really, really valuable. The next thing that's really important is setting your coach placement. So share cart, super important for figuring out how to sign someone up. I always direct people there. Setting coach placement is the next thing, because as you start building your legs, you do have to make sure you're alternating right and left, right and left. So I tell you exactly how to do that in that video there. Team Vibe with Me templates. So those are my conversations, my answers, my invites, my templates. I've typed them up for you guys right there. This isn't really necessary anymore, so I should delete that because now we have the share cart. But that was the coach link generator. Sometimes I use that. I do have it as an app on my phone, and it's BB. I don't know if you guys can see that BB links right there. I do use that if I have someone who like is ready to purchase now. Like it's a quick thing and they don't want to sign up as a coach. I have my coach ID like in there already, and I just search for the challenge pack and I send it to them. So I do have that option as well. Yeah, this we don't have to do anymore. BAT, so these are just different kind of BATs that these Allison put together here, and I think I tweaked them a little bit. So if you're like someone who is just walking, you're taking the business at your own pace, you're a hobby coach, this would be like a kind of a daily BAT, like for you to fit it into your time schedule. If you're a runner, meaning if you want to run in this business, you're ready to go and climb, that's what you would do. If you're Emerald, this is what you need to do to get to Emerald or be Emerald. If you want to get to Diamond, there's one there. Excuse me. And then these are just notes that I've had typed up from Summit, and I share with you guys here. This is a really great one too, Emerald by Morning. Danielle put that together. I think I might have included that in the 7-day kickstart, just like shortened a little bit, but it's basically a way to get Emerald, to become Emerald by like in 24 hours. So that's a really great one. This is just information on Shakeology, how to earn as a coach, handling objections, so stuff like that. There is a lot of information here, how to convert challengers to coaches. I do have an email for that as well, so that's really good. The leadership ladder, I have to go through some of these, some of them aren't there anymore. But yeah, so the file section is here. Like I have tons of files here for people to look at. Even I have like the tax form. If you do have a Canadian coach sign up with you, this is really important. Canadian coaches have to fill out this tax form, which you usually get. Beachbody will send it to you in their initial email anyways. They'll send you the BAT and an example BAT. You have to fill that out and send in so that they can pay you. When it comes to tax purposes, we'll talk about it close to, you know, the end of the year, the beginning of the year. But if you are a Canadian coach, you don't have to claim anything for taxes unless you earn over $500 from coaching. If you're American, I believe it's over $600. So that's something to keep in mind too. I would recommend, again, if you're planning on coming into this business and crushing it, I would recommend starting to save your receipts, starting to keep track of things, because $500 or $600 in 1 year is pretty doable, especially if you're planning to help 3 people each month, right? So you do have a lot of business expenses that you can write off. Anything that's related to your business, like stationery supplies. I write off like my Shakeology. I write off my business service fee. I write off things that you can prove that are only for your business. So if I go to Summit and I buy workout clothes there, like Beachbody swag, I don't wear my Beachbody shirts when I'm going to work at a gym. It's just like conflict of interest, so I don't usually do that. So I have proof that I only wear my Beachbody clothes while I'm at home doing my home workouts that I record to post for my business. Same thing with running shoes. I have shoes that I only work at home to work out in. I don't take them outside, go to anywhere else. So I can prove that those are business only shoes, right? So start keeping track of that stuff. And if anything, just keep track of it all and then figure it out at the end of the year. It's better to have it than to not have it, right? So then the last thing is the coach online office, which they should already, like Amanda goes over most of it in here, but the one thing I do want to go over is like looking at your sponsorship drill down, because that's where you're going to know like where people are on each side. So when you click on your sponsor, did it sign me out? Probably. Oh no, okay. So sponsorship drill down here, it's gonna, so when you first sign your first coach, they're gonna go anywhere on your right or on your left side. Like they're just gonna go somewhere. You don't have to control it, just sign them up. But then on the coach placement video, I'll show you how to switch your placement, but you can come to your sponsorship drill down and that's where you'll see if they're on your left or your right, and it'll show up just like that, okay? And then that's how you know where to switch the person and go from there. But basically, so I'll stop share now real quick. So that's it. So that's how I get people started right. I send them the emails, all the information. We get on a getting started right call after they watch the first call with Amanda. I point them, like I give them a plan, how to, like what's next, how to get you to your goal, how to do this, how to do that. I let them ask questions. Also, another thing I ask in the call is, what are things you struggle with? And then I give some of my tips and some things that I think they would change, like should change or add, like for social media, usually just little tips like that. And then point them to the direction of all the videos, the file section, and let them know that like the group is where they can share their stuff. I'll invite them to the group chat if they're, and I always have the open door policy of like, your upline is there for a reason. Like we're here to help you. We want to work with you, right? Like it's not fun doing this business alone. It's really not. So the whole point is the team environment, like seeing all of your faces on this call lights me up. Like I love even if there's just one person on the call, it's exciting. But the fact that we have like 6 people on here, I'm including myself, like that gets me more excited. Like I want to see more of your coaches on here. So let them know that they're allowed in this too. Like all of the trainings that I give out, it's open to your team, it's open to you, like it's open to everyone. Even when they sign new coaches, let them know they can add them into our group as well. Like why not, right? I never want anyone to feel like they just have so much to do, they can't handle it. Like that, I see people cancel their coach accounts because you can see the reasons, and sometimes it's like too much work, not enough time. And I'm like, but you didn't even try, you know? Like, I did all the work and I gave it to you. Like, that's all you got to do is just use what's given to you, and always know that it's all on your time. It's all on your schedule. Like, I'm never going to put pressure on you to, like, you have to show up unless you have told me you want a specific goal. That's the only time. That's the only time I'm going to, like, really push you, is if you told me that I can push you. Okay, so we have, like, we have less than a minute. Does anyone have any questions real quick? Oh, good. I see. I got out of my comfort zone, listened to a podcast. You did. How did it go? It was good. See, it's not that bad. It's hard. Need to know how to convince my, aha, yes. Okay, so we might get cut off. If not, I'll do a video. I'm going to take a picture real quick. So the one thing, let's smile. Hey, cool. Okay, so the one thing when it comes to, like, spouses or family members is you have to just explain to them why it's important to you. And let them know, like, because if you don't speak about it as if you believe in you, you can't expect them to believe in you either, right? So let them know why it's important to you. If anything, like, it took Mike 2 years before he let me use his account to sign him up as a coach, to get product under him. Like, and he doesn't pay for any of it. Like, I order stuff under him. I just use his, like, social insurance number. I have my credit card attached to it, because you can do that with the U+2, which I need to share that information in the file section. But basically, I just, like, had the conversation of saying, hey, this is really important to me, and I believe that I can do this. Like, I told my mom, I said, I believe that I can build under you, earn you money, and grow a team under you to help pay out for your Shakeology. And I did it. That's the thing. You have to say you believe in it, and you got to show up for it and prove to them that you can actually do it. Because my goal when I first started was to get my mom to Diamond. It took me 4 years, but I did it, you know, and I proved to her that I can. And you create that belief within them by creating the belief within yourself and just showing up, putting in the work. Because sometimes it can be like, oh, it's just another thing she